Yeah, I was always a reader. I mean, I think the first book I read was The Wind in the Willows, which is a book I return to again and again, and I see more in it every time. And I suppose Treasure Island. And then as I got older, I started to read the Irish writers, Brian Moore and John Broderick and Mary Lavin, even somebody like Patrick Boyle, who was a bank manager who wrote the short stories. And then O'Fuilán O'Connor, and even Dublin. Right, I'd never read about Dublin really until I came to Lee Dunn, who wrote those books about growing up in Mount Pleasant buildings in Rathmines. There were very few working class, Irish novelists, and so I was. But I think what I was trying to do with those books was find myself in them, because you do read to a certain extent to find out who you are, especially when you're a teenager. I remember when I was doing Miller's Crossing, I looked at which was a gangster film, the Coen Brothers, and I looked at Scarface, the original Scarface with Paul Muni, and there's a scene in it where he's talking to a cop, and he's going to light a cigarette, and he lights the match off the cop's badge, which is a real moment of, this is what I think of authority. And so when we were doing the film, I said to Joel and Ethan Cohen, I said, I'd love to be able to do that, but you would not believe the amount of wires and things that had to be put together to make that moment work. But we did it.